questions or clarifications. I hope you get a chance to work. Right? Today we'll start with the concept called as definitions. Before that, we'll understand a few more things and then we'll go to definitions. Okay, so 1 second. So first, let's understand about the problem statement and then we'll go to the concept. While developing my application, I got a scenario where I want to add two numbers and use the output of those two numbers in another program. Okay, so like this I need to write same logic in multiple places. So instead of writing same code at multiple places, is there any other way to optimize the code? Okay, so if we observe very clear here, we are duplicating the same logic in multiple ways. Okay, so duplication of code is a bad practice. We should not encourage people to write code duplication. We should never encourage people to write code duplication. So how can we avoid that? So now let's know about a concept called as definitions. So these definitions okay, so definitions are going to be called as def. So definitions are going to be called as def. Okay, the definition of def is called as methods. It is a block of code where we write code or business logic inside it and used wherever it is required. Okay, so definition is nothing but block of code where we write business logic inside it and we utilize wherever it is required. Okay, note is, wait, before going note, let's understand the syntax of definition. Def, D should be small, def, some name, colon, a indentation space should be here. One space should be there here. Definitely have to maintain. This hyphen is nothing but a space. You have to give a space here and write your logic here. Okay, So this is going to be called it as your definition. If we want to execute the logic of the definition, we need to call it. Okay, so we need to call it by the name of the definition. So you have to call it by the name of the definition. Then only the logic available inside it will get executed. Now let's see. I'm going to create a new file called as definitions. Okay, so I want to add two numbers, a equal to 10, b equal to 30, and result equal to a plus b. So like this, I want to repeat the same logic in multiple places. I want to repeat the same logic in multiple places. So instead of repeating the same code at multiple places, we have to overcome that code duplication using the concept called as definition. So let's see how can we create a definition. So syntax is def def colon def colon. See here, automatically when I give an enter, a space is getting displayed. This is the syntax. You have to maintain the indentation. You have to maintain the indentation, else it will throw an error. That is the only rule, only syntax that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so now write your code from here. A equal to 10, b equal to 20, result equal to a plus b, print off your result. Sorry, print off a plus b. Okay, so now add two numbers. So I am going to call this method, I am going to call this definition, then only the logic that is available inside the definition will get called, else no. Clear? Any questions? Alright, so let me go and execute this. See, I am able to see the output is 30. Any questions? Anyone?
Shweta, this one, like it should be within the like that py file, right? If you want to call, or
Yes,
if you
yes.
want to call it outside.
It should be in py file. All the logics in Python should be in py file only.
No, like different py files we can create in one project itself, right? If we
Yes,
want to call it in another one.
I'll show you that. I'll show you that. Now
Okay.
just try to understand only about definition. I'll show you that.
Okay. And definition is same as like function.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Function,
Okay.
method, all are same names.
Okay.
See, even in your UI path, you will be creating your workflows, right? And you will be utilizing it invoke workflow activity, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, same thing here as well.
Same thing. Okay. Okay.
Anna, Sinana, clear?
Yeah, Pratap, clear. Yeah,
Okay. Ajim, you?
yeah, I'm clear, Pratap.
Okay. So, know about parameters. Know about parameters and arguments. Sending inputs to a method is called as arguments. accepting values by a method is called as parameters. Okay, so if you are not able to remember this, no problem, you can call both of them as arguments only. In Python they didn't differentiate it. Okay, so they are going to be called as same only. If you want to send value to a method, or if you want to accept any value by a method, you can call it as an argument. Okay, so now if you see here, if you observe properly, I'm trying to add two numbers. Whenever I'm going to call this method, I'm getting the same output as 30 only. Whenever I'm trying to call this method, I'm getting the output as 30. But when you see about your calculator, I'll open this 1 second. When you see about your calculator, right, whatever the numbers I give and press equal to, I'll get output as 3. 7 plus 9 equal 15. See, it is not hard coded that every time it should give only 3 or it should give only 6. Whatever the input that I am giving, it is giving me different output. Okay, but here what happened? Whenever I am going to execute the same logic, it is giving me the output as 30 only, which is not expected. Which is not at all expected. Then how? You should not hard code it. Okay, so your method should be in the position to accept any inputs from the user and it should process it. But what we did here, we hard coded it. So whenever you are going to write a method, it should be in the position to accept any kind of inputs, and that is what we call the reusability. We reuse the same logic but with different inputs. So now let's understand how can we pass different inputs to the method. Okay, so now I am going to remove this a and b here and I am passing a comma b here. That's it. Now send your inputs 10 comma 40. Now see, I am calling the same method with different inputs 50 comma 80 like this. Now if you run this, I'll be getting two outputs here 60 and 130. Got it? Make sense?
Yeah, Pratap.
Clear, everyone?
Yes, Pratap.
Know about return type. Return type is nothing but if we want to send any output of the method back to the user, we use return keyword. We use return keyword and send the data back to the user. Okay, so now here I'm not going to write the print statement. Now I want to see what is the output of it. So we are not able to get any output from here because I don't have a print statement here. So I want to collect the output of this method and store it somewhere and utilize it wherever it is required. So you are executing a logic. This logic will give you some output, and this output you should use in some other place. So how can I get the value out from a method? How can I utilize the output of a method outside the method? Okay, so now let's understand about your return statement. So return is nothing but which is giving some value back to the user. Use the keyword called as return, and what is the output that you want to send back? So now see here, output is equal to this one. So the output that what I am getting here, I am passing it as input to another method. Now similarly, see here, first method is going to give me 60. 60 plus 80 is going to be my 140. So what happened here? This method is going to execute. This method is going to execute and return me the output as 60. So this 60 I am going to store into a variable because it is returning a value. Only if a method is returning a value, then I can assign that method to a variable. So because variable is nothing but a placeholder to store a value. Variable is nothing but a placeholder to store a value. So as this method is returning a value, I store into a variable, and that variable I am going to utilize in different place. Clear? Any questions?
Clear, brother.
Yeah. So Azim and Asha, to you write in your UI path, you'll be having input parameters and output parameters.
Yes, yes.
Yes, brother.
Kind of same. Okay.
That's related.
How to organize definitions. Okay. So writing before that, one more note. After return statement, we are not supposed to write any logic. You are not supposed to write any logic. Okay. So if the compiler find a return keyword inside a method, it assume that the code is ended. Okay. So statement after return will never get executed. So here if you try to write anything, so this will not execute. It won't throw any error here, but this will not execute. But this is a very bad practice. It is highlighting in yellow color if you see. Even if you give a enter and if you try to write explicitly, it won't allow you. If you run also, see, this statement will never get executed. You are not supposed to write any statement after your return keyword. Remember that.
Brother, can we write two return statements inside one?
See, whatever the first comes, it will accept that only.
Oh,
That is wrong.
I mean, for every definition, only one return will be there.
Only one written value should be there.
okay.
Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Writing all the logics in one single file is not recommended. Okay, writing all the logics in one single file is not recommended. Okay, to maintain or to modify any code in one single file will be too difficult to, okay, it will be too difficult to do. Okay, so rather we should use concept of packages. We should use concept of packages while building any logic for your application, right? Break the logics module wise. For example, in my application I have different modules, like login is one of a module, register user is one of my module, add products is one of my module, payment gateway is one of my module. Okay, shopping cart is one of a module. So instead of writing all the logics of these modules, right, you separate it by small modules. Okay, then that will be easy. If I get any issue in my shopping cart, I will go to shopping cart and modify. I won't touch other modules. Got it? What I'm saying here? Any questions on this?
Pratap, module means py file, right?
I'll show
Or
you. Just wait for a while. Just wait.
okay.
Few seconds. Okay. But did you understand the concept I'm telling you here? How to organize it?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Everyone, right? Yeah. Now let's see how can we create small packages and how can we move the definitions. So it's very simple. Right click on this project, new Python package. You can see your new Python package. Okay, say suppose I'm going to create a model called as login. Register user. Shopping cart. Remember that we should never use spaces in the package name. Remember that. Okay. Now if I create a package, you should able to see underscore init underscore dot py file. Don't delete this. If you delete this, it won't consider as a package. You won't have any effect here. It is a dummy file. You won't have anything. Okay. No, don't write any logic also here. Just leave it like that. I will explain you what is meant by underscore init underscore when you get oops concept. Then you will understand the necessity of this file. For now, just ignore it. Okay, it's just a placeholder. Now go and create your files where you want to develop your logics. So I'm going to create a login.py file, definition login, where I want to pass my username and password. Here I'm trying to I'm going to print logging in. Just going to print logging in. Similarly, I'm going to create one more Python file called as register user, definition register.
Why you are using colon over here?
That's the
The
syntax, right?
syntax. So for every line we need to provide the
For
colon.
every definition, you have to use colon.
Okay. Only for definition line.
Only for definition. Register a new user. Okay, so I have different modules available here. Everyone can see this. Okay, now Anna, everyone clear till this?
Yes,
Yeah,
Pradip.
yeah, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah.
So now I want to log in into the system where I want to pass my username and password. So tell me, where is my login functionality available? Asha,
In the login package you
the
created,
login
right?
package, right? So now the logic that is available in this login package, I need to utilize here. Okay, how can I utilize it? See here. Use a keyword called as from login. Go to this package and import this file called as login. Go to this package and import this file. That's it. Now login dot your method name. This package dot your method name. So I'm going to use, I'm passing just a random username here. Okay. Now see, I got logged into the system. Clear? So instead of this, you can also use your alias name. I don't want to use everything every time as a login. I'll use it as LG. So now what you can do? LG dot login. You can write your alias names for your module name also. That makes sense? Clear?
So here first you are importing the package,
Yes.
login
First is
package.
package and second is your file name.
Okay.
From this
Then
package, import this file.
hmm.
Okay, read it like this. That will be easy.
Okay.
From this package, import this file. And for that file, if you want to give any name, you can give it as alias name. Else, not required. Make sense? Clear?
Yeah.
Yes, Pradip.
So like this only we can call all these
All the methods.
modules, right? In
All
that
of them.
same group.
Yes, yes, yes. Now let's understand about conditional statements. Conditional statements are used to control the flow of execution. Conditional statements are going to use to control the flow of execution. Okay. So what do you mean by controlling? Any idea? What do you mean by controlling? Any idea? Any guess?
Basis as conditions, we can assign number of logics.
See,
Equal.
condition is nothing but you need to check for an action or you need to check for availability of something. You need to validate some behavior. Based on that behavior or based on some availability, you will take a decision. Suppose I want to travel from Hyderabad to my hometown. First thing, the condition here is verify if the bus is available or not. The condition is checking for the availability of a bus. I want to book for a movie for 12 o'clock. So thing is here for 12 o'clock if there are any movies are available or not. If the movies is available, I need to check. I need to book a ticket only for Telugu language. So the condition here is checking for movie at the same time language should be Telugu. So normally in every regular day to day life we always take a decision based upon something, right? So here also while coding you want to make a decision. If some output equal to this, I need to execute some logic. If it is not available, I need to execute some other logic. If it is available, I need to execute some logic. So we have to keep a checkpoint. Based upon that checkpoint, we have to take a decision. So let's understand how can we make a decision making in Python now. Clear? Any other questions?
No.
Right. So we have, let's take an example. Let's take another example. I want to go to exam hall to write my exam. Before that, I need to check if my hall ticket is available or not. Hall ticket available or not. Okay, if the hall ticket is available, I will allow to write my exam, else the in charge will not allow me. So the condition is, if the hall ticket is available, here the condition is, this is our condition, if it is available. Okay, condition 1. Okay, now then write the exam, else don't allow the student. Can you see here? The condition that we kept by the floor in charge is, he needs to check if the hall ticket is allowed, go and write the exam. If it is not allowed, do not enter into the hall. You understand here? Here the condition is checking for the hall ticket, availability of a hall ticket. If the hall ticket is available, then the student is allowed to write an exam. Then else, if there is no hall ticket, the student cannot write the exam. Any questions? Clear? Okay. So now, Azim, Asha,
Yes, Pratap.
Anna,
Yes, it's
clear,
clear.
Anna? Okay. So let's understand how to write conditions. How to write conditions. Okay. So in Python, conditions can be written using operators. Using your operators. Without operators, we cannot write our conditions. So let's understand what are the types of operators that are available inside Python. First one is going to be called it as arithmetic operators. Second one is going to be called it as assignment operators. Third one is going to be called it as comparison operators, logical operators, identity operators, membership operators. So these are the operators that will be helping you and we use very frequently in our logic building. And we'll be using very frequently in our logic building. Okay, so what do you mean by arithmetic operators? Any idea? If you do your any math operations, we'll use this arithmetic operations, arithmetic operators. For example, your addition, subtraction, a division, right? Your multiplication. So for addition, the operator that we use is what? plus. Subtraction will be using what? Minus. Division is your forward slash. Okay. Multiplication is your star. Exponent is double star. Okay, so 2 to the power of 3, 5 to the power of 5, like that, right? We'll be using, then you have to use your double star. Okay, floor division will be using your double forward slash. So all these are going to be called as your arithmetic operators. Whenever you want to perform any math operations, will be using your arithmetic operations. Clear? Any questions?
No problem.
Next one is assignment operator. We call it as equal to. We call it as equal to. Assignment operator is nothing but your equal to. Okay, so let's do one thing here and understand a small logic of your arithmetic operators. This one, equal to operator. I have x equal to 10. I have b equal to 90. I have given x equal to x plus okay, or else we'll stop it here. We'll understand. So can I know what is the value of x that I am going to get here now? Can I?
80.
80.
So how?
X is 10 and you are adding this 17.
Okay, x equal to 10, and for that 10 I am adding it as 70, and again I am storing back to the x.
Yeah.
Okay, now every time after executing my logic, I want to increment my x by 1. How can I write it?
Plus
So
1.
I need to increment the logic by 1. I need to increment the value of x by 1. So what I do? X equal to x plus 1. X equal to x plus 1. Correct?
Yes.
So instead what you can do, right? You can use x plus equal to 1. You can write either in this format or either you can write in this format also.
Okay, 2 is a counter. This is another.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay. So that is going to be available as part of your assignment operator. With any operator available in the arithmetic operations, we can write that increment or decrement. Clear? Any questions? No, right? So now understand about your comparison operators. Comparison operator. So we have different operators: equals, not equals, greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, okay, greater than, less than, not equal, yes. So if you want to compare any two numbers, we have to use your double equals to. If you want to compare any two text, then you'll be using your double equals to. Okay, this is called your not equals to. Exclamatory mark and equal to is going to be called as not equal to. Greater than is nothing but this symbol. Less than is nothing but this. Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Got it? Any questions on the comparison operators?
No,
No, brother.
So let's see about your logical operators. We have and, or, not. And, or, not. When we'll be using your and? If we want to combine one or more conditions for a true check, when you want to combine one or more statements and all the statements should be true, then we'll be using your and statement. Then we'll be using your and keyword. Okay, so here for and we call it as and, or we'll call it as or. If either or condition should be true. Okay, here all the conditions should be true. Here any one of the conditions should be true. So in such cases, we'll be using your or keyword as a operator. Next one is going to be called as not. Neither. Neither. Neither of the condition. It means that no condition should be true. No condition should be true. In such cases, we'll be using your not. Any questions about this and or not?
I'm good.
Identity operators is and is not. Is and is not. For example, x is y. For example, let's see this. I have x equal to 90 and I have y equal to 89. Okay, now I am going to use x is y. I am checking if x is equal to y or not. You can also use like this, or else we'll be using x double equals to y. To compare two value numbers, I'll be using double equals to, or else we can use x is y, else x is not, because x is not equal to y. Okay, so if you want to check the identity of one value with another value identity, then we'll be using your identity operators called as is and is not.
It's kind of Boolean to
Yes,
check the
always in
any
booleans only.
conditions.
Always it is in booleans only. All the operators will give you the booleans only except arithmetic.
Mhm.
Arithmetic will give you the number as an output. Rest of the things will be giving your boolean values only.
Okay.
అన్న సినిమా క్లియరా? డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా?
Clear, brother. No doubt.
Yes, next important one is called as membership operators. You'll understand about this usage of operators in the next class. Not today, but understand what is this membership operators. We'll be using very frequently. In, not in. In, not in. What is the purpose of this? To check your value is a part of some collection, is a part of some collection. This one is to check your value is not a part of some collection. Part of some collection, not part of some collection. This is going to be called as your membership operators.
Means here we are checking the data from array list, this kind of
Yes,
things.
yes, that's what I
Okay.
am not bringing that concept here. Okay,
Okay.
you have some collection of values. In that collection, you want to check if your value is available or not. Then we'll be using your in operator.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay, clear?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, brother.
Now, understand about your conditional statements now. Okay, so in Python we have different condition statements. If else, else if. Here else if we'll be calling it as elifman. Okay, if else, else if. So let's understand if condition now. Only when the condition is true, then the body will get executed. Then the body will get executed. The syntax is if some condition colon your logic. Only if this condition is going to be true, this logic will get executed. Else the logic will never get executed. See here, x equal to 70, y is equal to 90. Now I am going to check if x is greater than y. So if x is greater than y, then you use your print x is greater than y. Now run this. See here, x is not at all greater than y. X is not at all greater than y. So that's the reason your logic is not getting executed. Only when this x is greater than y is true, then you can see the logic is getting printed. So remember that if condition will always check for a true value. It will always check for a true. You don't need to explicitly tell that it should be true. You just go and give the condition. Based upon the output, it always compare against the true value. Now see, I'll get the output as x is greater than y. Similarly, I want to check for a false value. So what should I modify here? Just to go and put as a not before it. If not x greater than y, it means that it will give a false value, then this body will be get executed. Correct? Any questions here?
No.
Asha, clear?
Yes, brother, clear.
You guys didn't ask me one question. I thought I will be asking. I told you that we'll be checking only for the true value, but here I am getting a false. How it is
But
checking?
not x greater than y is true here, right?
Yes, that's the reason. You have to check that. Not x greater than y. It is giving a true. This condition is giving true. And this true is checking with the true again. Got it? Clear?
Yes, brother.
Any questions?
No problem.
If x is not greater than y, then I'll be printing the output as x is greater than y. Okay. Now else print x is not greater than y. Now see, x is not greater than y. You got the output? Clear? If and if else. If and if else. Got it? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to check if x is greater than y. Okay. Now then I'll print x is greater than y. And then I want to check if it is not true, then if x is not true, then I want to check if x is in the range of 200 and x is less than or equal to 800. One second. One second.
Greater than or equal to.
Sorry. Print x is greater than y. Also, but x is in the range of 200 and 800. So here I am checking that first if x is not greater than y, I am checking the range of x and y. If x is falling in between 200 or it is falling in between it has came here. One second. I have given wrong. So for your better understanding, I have written like this, or else we can write like this as well. Okay. So don't get confused. Let's put like this only. No, nothing harm in this. Okay. I'm checking x is greater than 200, at the same time x is less than or equal to 800. Even if that condition is not going to be true, I wanted one more condition. Then we'll use your else if. Right, checking one or more conditions when your main if condition is not true, that is used called as else if. I'm going to check x is greater than or equal to 300, at the same time x is less than or equal to 900, but x is in the range of 300 and 900. Now tell me what is the output I am going to get? Now tell me what is the output I am going to get?
But
Third
X is in the
one,
range of 300 and
300 and 900.
Yes, exactly. No, x is greater than y, right? Okay, so let me increase this y value to something as 8000. Okay, now see. Got it? Clear? Any questions?
To write multiple conditions, we were using this else, right?
Else if, else if.
Instead of if else.
Yes. Dude, if else, see, if else, you'll check only the true condition and you'll execute some logic without checking any condition.
Hmm.
Right? But is else if, you'll check first if condition is true or false. If it is false, you'll check another condition. You'll be keep checking. You can write n number of else if conditions like this.
Okay.
That's
Then finally we can add else part.
else.
to
At
come
last, we
out.
can write even else also. It is not a mandatory.
Okay.
After all these conditions get failed, then some other logic will get passed.
Okay.
ఇన్ని బట్టలు ఆగున్నాయంట ఇప్పుడు దాకా. Guys, clear?
Yes.
Pratap,
అన్న చెప్పండి.
if x is not greater than y, or x is equal to, so if you want to check what are the syntax keywords are available after if, and how do we check actually? I have to say that I don't know. So if I want to use which operator after if, not
That's
or
what I told, right? We have to use
uh-huh.
these operators only. Using these operators only, we have to write our conditions.
Okay.
Now, if I want to
And
compare,
but in the syntax, what and all is available after if?
no,
So
this
what
is
and
the
all
same
is available?
syntax. That's it.
Okay.
Only this syntax. Other than this, we
Hmm.
don't have any other syntax.
Let us say that after if, okay, you put not, right? Like that, if I want to know what and all is
I'll tell you.
available, yeah, how do we check actually after if? Yeah.
If x is y,
Mhm.
so this is called as your identity operator, right? We have seen that.
Yeah.
If x is y, else if is not, if x is not y. If you
Hmm.
want to compare two numbers,
Mhm.
f double equals to y. Okay, if you want to check not equals to, just put your not equals to.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
similarly, if x in y, in is like this won't work now, but I'm telling you, if you want
Hmm.
to check,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
not in,
Do you have any help in the Python in this itself? Like, if you want to get any help, like.
no, here I don't think you'll get a help. This will
Uh,
habituate while writing logics.
Okay.
Okay, that's the reason first I told you about the operators.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Mm.
and
Right.
remember these same operators are common across all the programming languages.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, by the way, did you guys check this model is visible to you now?
I did not check, man. How to check with that?
Yes.
అన్న నీ
It's
ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి పంపించాను నాకు ఒకసారి.
But
ఇక్కడ పిన్ చేయి,
for me,
గుర్తు పిన్ చేయి ఇక్కడ.
for me it's visible for them.
విజిబుల్?
Yes.
I'm thinking here. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Okay.
మెయిల్ వచ్చింది చూడండి. ఇప్పుడు చూడ ఒక మెయిల్ వచ్చి ఉంటుంది నీకు.
ఓకే, వచ్చింది.
ఓకే, ఒకసారి స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేయగలుగుతాను, చెప్తాను.
ఓకే, ఉండి ఒక్క నిమిషం, నేను లాగిన్ అవుతాను.
నీ మెయిల్ చూపియండి ఒకసారి, మెయిల్ వచ్చి ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే, ఈమెయిల్ ఇది.
ఆ క్యాన్వాస్ ఓపెన్ చేయండి.
ఓకే,
వచ్చిన లింక్ కమ్ డౌన్, గెట్ స్టార్టెడ్, యాక్సెప్ట్, క్రియేట్ మై అకౌంట్.
మై అకౌంట్. ఓకే,
నీ సేమ్ పాస్వర్డ్ ఇవ్వండి, నీ మెయిల్కి ఏమైతే పాస్వర్డ్ ఉందో అదే పాస్వర్డ్ మర్చిపోతా లేకపోతే.
ఓకే, యా,
రిజిస్టర్ క్లిక్ చేయాలి,
అదే,
చెక్ చేయి.
ఓకే, మంచిగా. యా, రిజిస్టర్. ఓకే, అంతేనా?
అంతే అన్న, ఆ లింక్ క్లిక్ చేయండి, వేరియబుల్స్ లింక్ ఉందా క్లిక్ చేయండి. ఇక్కడ 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 ఇక్కడే మీ రైట్ సైడ్లో వేరియబుల్స్ ఉంది కదా, క్లిక్ చేయండి. మీది ఆ పాపప్ అలో చేయండి ఒకసారి, పైన పాపప్ వస్తుంది చూడండి, అడ్రస్ బార్లో రైట్ సైడ్ ఫస్ట్ ఐకాన్ అక్కడ మౌస్ పాయింటర్ పక్క పైన ఉంది చూడండి. ఇక్కడ ఇదే ట్యాబ్లో క్యాన్వాస్లోకి వెళ్ళండి.
క్యాన్వాస్.
ఇదే పైన నెక్స్ట్ ట్యాబ్ వేరియబుల్ ట్యాబ్ ఉంది కదా, అక్కడ దాంట్లోనే ఒక నిమిషం నాకు కంట్రోల్
ట్యాబ్ మాకేదా. ఓకే, యా, అది క్యాన్వాస్.
సో అక్కడ అడ్రస్ బార్లో మీకు ఒక చిన్న పాపప్ వచ్చింది చూడండి, పైన పైన మీ యూఆర్ఎల్ టైప్ చేస్తారు కదా, దాంట్లో రైట్ సైడ్ ఫస్ట్ ఐకాన్, ఆ ఐకాన్ క్లిక్ చేయండి. ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్ చెక్ చేయండి, ఆల్వేస్ అలో కొట్టండి.
ఓకే,
ఇప్పుడు ఇంకొకసారి రీఫ్రెష్ చేయండి అనేది. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ నీకు నేను చెప్పిన క్లాస్ దీంట్లోకి వస్తుంది, ఇక్కడికి వస్తుంది.
ఓకే, ఓకే, ఓకే,
ఓకే
ఓకే.
So today with this we'll take a break. I have few guests visiting home today. We'll close with this and we'll start with major concept called as strings tomorrow. So it is very much important for us to understand about strings, and we'll have almost 20 to 25 methods available. So we'll do a workshop next week on strings.
Pradab, one doubt. What is the difference between x is y and x equal to y?
Both are same. That's why
Okay, but
depends upon your convenient. Use the right operator, which is
okay.
apt for you. Okay.
Both will give the same
Same
result only.
output. Same output. Okay. Yeah.
So,
Pratap,
Pratap,
Saturday only class, right? Next Saturday.
Saturday. Only this week we'll have a Saturday. I'll tell you because the batch is almost closed. So those girls are having few doubts. It seems they're doing some project.
Okay.
I'll close it as quickly as possible. I need to get the bills from that consultancy. They are stopping from last 25. They never do this. First time it happened.
Okay.
So what happened, right? There is one payment gateway available in between. So as I got multiple orders back to back, right? That gateway has stopped. They are asking so many proofs to submit. So once my
Okay.
payments get resolved, I close the batch.
Okay. And 8 to 10, right? Class?
Yes,
Saturday?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Like,
okay.
Bye.